You know it's dedication when it's really nice outside and I am inside filming. What's up, pups? How you guys doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Today's video is a super special Q&A video. I'm gonna be answering questions that came straight from my supporters on Patreon. So this is one of the monthly things that I've incorporated into my Patreon account. If you are a supporter on Patreon, then you get to ask me questions for a Q&A every month. So let's dig into it. The first couple of questions come from Scott. So the first question is, are there any specific details or parts of the Harry Potter storyline that made you so enthusiastic about the series of books / movies, or is it just the whole story in general? I really think it's just the whole story in general. I mean, the first book is what really sucked me in to the entire series, and there was just something so identifying being a kid who really loved magic and mystery and believing in fairies and witches and wizards and mermaids and ghosts. And so to find characters in a book series involved in magic and they were around my age group, it just kind of like solidified everything that I loved, so I grew up with that story. The second question is, if I met J.K. Rowling, what would I ask her? I don't know what I would do if I met J.K. Rowling. I would like to think that I would have this whole slew of like a thank you message mixed in with, you've made my life amazing and I appreciate everything that you've done for me and you've helped me grow as a person, yada yada yada. However, I feel like if I ever met J.K. Rowling, I probably couldn't get a word out. I'd do nothing but cry and sob uncontrollably like a crazy person. So, I'm not sure. But I guess if I were to not react that way and if I could ask her something, it would probably just be how? How did she create this? How did she create this? Because it has affected me and changed me, and it's still mind-boggling to think that one person had all of this just in her head and then shared it with the world. It's awesome. So the next questions come from another patron named Goon. I don't think it's your real name, but if it is, that's cool. The first question is, what would you be doing if YouTube wasn't a thing? I don't know. I think if YouTube wasn't a thing, I might have actually pursued a career in law, because I went to college to be a lawyer and I got my bachelor's degree in political science and I was going to go to law school, and really YouTube is what kind of opened this whole other broad spectrum of job opportunities for me. Obviously, YouTube is not my full-time job. I do work a 9-to-5 job, but I've always wanted to be an actress. I've always wanted to be involved in TV and movies somehow, and YouTube kind of opened my mind and my eyes to more jobs like that. So after I got my bachelor's degree, I did start film school for a little while until the school went bankrupt. And so now I'm working a 9-to-5 and just kind of hoping that, you know, if I work hard enough, I'll get to where I need to go. So I guess if YouTube didn't exist in my life, I probably would have just stayed on track to become a lawyer. That sounds really boring. Question number 2, do you think Rey is either a Skywalker or a Kenobi? I am I'm finding out the few who think that Rey is a Skywalker. The more people that I speak to about this theory, the more people I realize think she is a Kenobi. I don't know, I just feel like she's a Skywalker. It's too weird that Vader and Luke's lightsaber called to her. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Question number 3, have you decided what your next hair color is going to be? Actually, yes. Yesterday I decided 100%, I think. I'm going back to pink. So I'm letting this fade out so that I can bleach it, and then I'm gonna go back to like that bubblegum bright pink color that I had. I was gonna do teal, but I thought about it and I just really like pink. I like the way that my eyes and my face and everything looks with pink, and I don't know how I would look with teal, so I'm gonna stick with what I know for a little longer. I'm gonna do the pink. Question number 4, what are some things that you're looking forward to in 2017? I have a lot of travel that I want to do this year. In a couple weeks I'm actually going to New York to visit my friend Sanders, aka Just Sans World. You should subscribe to him, there's a link down below. And then after that I'm going to Orlando a couple times for Playlist and MegaCon, and then I'm traveling to Chicago and Wisconsin for a wedding, and then I want to go to California later this year. So I have a lot of like really fun, exciting trips that are happening this year, but there is always, you know, the looming overhead of money. So whereas these things sound really great and awesome and fun, I'm not sure if all of them will happen, so we'll see. But as of right now, I'm working really hard on my Etsy shops and with YouTube and my main full-time job, and as well as promoting my Patreon account to have all of those avenues covered so I can do all of the fun things and still create content and just try to not always be so anxious and grow as a person. Yeah! Anyway, you guys, those are all the questions that I had from my patrons this month. Thank you guys for your awesome questions, and thank you for supporting me on Patreon. It means a ton. You are literally helping me to fund my dreams and goals, and just thank you. Like, I don't know how to express to you how much your support means. For those of you who aren't sure what Patreon is, it's basically a tipping website. If you like what I do on YouTube, if you like what I do on Etsy or at conventions or craft shows, it's basically a way for you to say, hey, here's a little bit of a picker up for you. Here's a little bit of help. Keep doing what you do. I like it. I like it and I like you. That's what that means. I appreciate every single one of you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. And if you decide to donate, there are different perks that you will receive each month for being a patron, so I'll have a link down below if you are interested in checking that out. But if this is the first video that you're seeing of mine, hi, I'm Kayleigh. You should subscribe by hitting that red button right down below, and we can become best friends forever. Links to my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are also down below. I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye, everyone.